I'm Brad Leavitt, president of AFT Construction. If you are a contractor, are into design or architecture, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell, that way those notifications come through every time we post a new video. So Michelle Jensen had a great question. She said, how can we become part of the AFT team? So one thing that I'll say is immediately anyone listening, for those of you following the channel, if you email myself, brad.l@aftconstruction.com, or you email McCall Ballard, which is McCall, MCKALL.B@aftconstruction.com, send your resume. So we're always looking to expand and find the right people. So send your resumes, continue to look for, as we have postings. We don't post listings on our website, but we will do a social media blast when we're ready to hire on the position. And gather as much experience as you can. Going back to it, you know, I've spoken about this, experience is really important, but that's not the end all be all with us. So don't lose any confidence if you don't have all the experience, because we're looking for a culture, you know, personality, culture, communication, you know, how you deal with conflict, with chaos, how you deal with systems, anything you can bring from a communicative side with our field staff to our clients, to our trade partners. So focus on that. You know, the relationship side of things is really important. So definitely reach out via email to be part of the team. So Sync Systems AB had a really good question. How do you bring in today's technology into our builds? And then how do we work that out with the customer and their decision making and what they want to have in their home? So current technology is important in everything we do. So we try to stay current with all of our vendors on new products, new technologies that are in the market, and present those right in a very professional way with our clients. We try to broadcast them. So another thing is we find out about new products. I have a podcast, the AFT Construction Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud. We did an episode 5 months ago with Delos. Delos is a company out of New York, and they're using technology, you know, with their circadian cycle, with air purification, water purification, new technologies that we can incorporate in our homes. And so we'll speak about that in detail. And that allows an education for our clients. So our clients can watch our YouTube channels, listen to our podcasts, see our videos, and now they can understand some of the current technologies that are out there. Now building science is another one, right? As we're getting into net zero homes and ICF construction and SIP panels and how we're doing our slab on grade. You know, all these little details are super important. So the more that we put out there, the more our consumers our clients can consume that and possibly ask for those options in their home. And then when it comes to AV, that's really important. Every home that we do is automated, typically Crestron, Control4, Lutron. Those are some of the partners we've worked with, and our customers are very involved from the very beginning. You know, going and visiting the Crestron showroom, the Lutron showroom, understanding the lighting design, understanding the automation options. You know, if we're gonna do a theater, if we're doing speakers, you know, lighting controls, air conditioning, everything that goes into it. So we're very hands-on, and it's super important to bring technology current and to make sure you're attending the trade shows and events where they have public speaking and brands that are out there showcasing their new products, so that way you're in the loop. So Oakman Building Co. had an amazing question. They said, what was the hardest thing that you dealt with scaling your business? And the reality is the biggest mistake I made and was not having the proper systems in place. You know, we were looking to hire, and I was hiring people that I thought would be good, but I didn't really give them a basis to be successful. And there was one hire in particular, super talented individual who I've known for a long time, very experienced, but the issue is that we didn't have an opportunity for him to succeed, because we didn't have systems in place. So I would say, get your systems and protocol. That's the biggest pain point as a builder, because once you have those systems, you can just bring people in and expand that working dock. So make sure you have those systems in place. I should have done a better job, but that's something I've learned, and definitely is a huge goal of ours moving forward, you know, as our company continues to grow. So Jessica Webb had an amazing question. She said, do you use Buildertrend, and how does your team become proficient? And this has been the biggest importance of our company, is really understanding how everyone utilizes the system. Now what I found is when we first started using Buildertrend, there's so much complexity and depth. Although there are a lot of things that are simple on it, there's a lot of capabilities that most of us aren't using or optimizing for our business. So what we decided to do is we assigned everyone a task. So one of my supers was assigned how to become an expert on the owner portal. I had another superintendent who was challenged with building the schedule. Another one with daily logs. You know, another one with tasks and to-do lists with clients. So what happens is if you can delegate each member of your company to focus on one element of Buildertrend, one element in the software, and they become highly proficient. Now what happens is they can do training. So as you teach and train, you become more proficient. And as we've gone together, each of these members can tutor each other. So when one of my supers needs to understand how to set up the owner portal, he's not having to call Buildertrend and go through that song and dance. He can now expedite that by going through the superintendent who understands that and quickly have that built and ready to go. So Buildertrend is great, and that way if you have 6, 7, 8 employees, now you can focus on 6, 7, 8 tasks, and then everyone becomes an expert. And now as a company you're stronger and you're not trying to train 8 people, you're training 1 to be a specialist.